So what do I need to say?
You have to repeat after me.
Okay, let's do it.
Trinidad.
Trinidad.
No. Trinidad in the big Mississippi.
Trinidad in the big Mississippi.
And the town Honolulu. I can't do it. And the town Honolulu.
And the town Honolulu.
And the Lake Titicaca.
And the Lake Titicaca.
The Popica capital is not in Canada.
The what?
I don't know.
The Popica capital.
Rather in Mexico.
Rather Mexico.
Yes, perfect.
Alrighty, you feel warmed up?
Sure.
Good.
Digging in the crates for something good. Hidden gems often misunderstood. 'Cause you know there's no such thing as too much. Miscellaneous important stuff.
Welcome back to the show. This week, Holly's back. I had some issues with the other episode I was going to post, and Holly was kind enough to come back for the second time in 3 weeks. It was a late night conversation. It's currently after midnight. I'm trying to get this episode out and actually commit to doing an episode a week, no matter what I have to do. But anyway, on this episode, we decided to talk about what we thought we were going to be as grown-ups when we were kids versus how we actually turned out as adults and what we hope to be in the future. It was a really great conversation. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. Here it is. Holly, welcome back to the show. Thanks for coming back to the show.
Oh, thanks. You're welcome.
All right.
I was like, who are you talking to?
To you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You're welcome. That's
Okay.
exactly what you just said.
To set it up, it is...
Anytime someone thanks me, by the way, I always say thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. You're welcome. It is after 11 p.m. And this was real...
Spur of the moment.
Spur of the moment. Because I need to put out an episode today, you know? Trying to force myself to do it.
You're putting this out today?
Yeah.
I mean, there's barely even any today left of today.
Well, you know what? I'll have 20 minutes left after
Are you
we're done recording
serious?
this. Yeah, something like that.
Oh my
Whatever.
God.
If it's after midnight, it's fine. Let's just get to the episode.
All
Okay.
right.
So, Holly.
But, okay. You don't think it's weird that I'm already back? I mean, I've literally been gone for one episode.
It doesn't matter. It's about consistency. Listen,
Consistent. Okay. All right.
we're already like a minute in. And
Great.
We haven't said anything.
Sorry. I apologize.
So
Let's do
we're
it.
going to talk about what? This was your idea. What you thought you were going to be when you grew up versus what you ended up being.
Right. Versus the sad, disappointing version of what you actually turned into.
Yeah, which is real exciting for me. I can't wait. So who did you think you were going to be when you were a kid?
Well, Jay, you would have to
Yes.
ask me, what age of Holly are you asking? Because there were probably different ages when I thought I was
I feel like
gonna be
10's a good round number.
10. Okay, so maybe that was like 4th grade?
Yes. I think it's 4th grade.
I'm trying to give you a picture of what I looked like
Okay.
at 4th grade. I just started to get boobs,
Okay. Also my experience in 4th grade.
right? Yeah. That was when I started wearing, a bra.
Is that average? Is that usually when that happens?
I don't know. I mean, I was definitely the first. I mean, I was definitely like the earliest bloomer of all my friends.
Is that good or bad? I feel like it's something to
You
brag
know,
about.
it's not good. It's not good.
Oh.
A lot of girls, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it would be like to be a late bloomer. I can't imagine that would be good either. But I think a lot of girls, like, were very envious of, like, the girls who developed, like, early or whatever. But to be the first one out of the gate was really hard because you just felt, I don't know, you just felt very self-conscious and, like, I don't know.
You're different.
Yeah, and I don't think
everyone knows it.
Yeah, and I don't think at any point you ever want to. Yeah, you just don't ever want to be like the first one to like be anything. You just kind of want to blend in for a long time. You don't want to start standing out until you're like a little bit older. I think, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
And even then, I mean, you don't. All right, so
yeah.
Holly, young 10-year-old Holly, getting boobs.
Getting boobs.
Where did you see your life in 10 years?
I had short hair. I wore little barrettes.
Oh, that's right. You're still
Oh
describing.
yeah, I was giving
So-
you a
I'm sorry.
picture because I'm trying to remember. I think I wanted to be an artist because I remember what I would, like you got to the point in school where you constantly were drawing like pictures of yourself doing something. Like that was always like something that you did at home. It was like you don't remember that?
What school did you go to?
I feel like there was a lot of times where I was drawing myself,
I don't know that I ever drew a picture of myself.
You
in
never drew a
school.
picture of yourself?
I don't know that I did.
Oh, yes, you did.
All right. Well, I'm not remembering
Because
the
it was
way
always
you
like
are.
there was always like some lame homework assignment that was like draw yourself, in this cartoon strip of whatever.
Did you go to an art school?
Listen, I remember very specifically, weirdly today, remembered drawing myself in a cartoon strip with the Loch Ness Monster. Like I remember in 3rd grade we were learning about the Loch Ness Monster, and I drew like a cartoon strip of myself like writing on it.
See, I think I was doing like real basic arts and crafts back then.
Anyways, and so in all of my pictures that I drew of myself, at first I was a lot skinnier than I was in real life. And I had like, for whatever reason, I had like flipped out hair, like Marlo Thomas.
Okay.
But that's not how my hair looked in real life. And I was always wearing a beret.
Because you were an artiste.
Yeah, I was an artist. So I was always wearing like a beret like off to the side. And so, yeah, I think I wanted to be an artist when I grew up because I guess I was good at it, except for, I guess, apparently drawing self-portraits of myself in any kind of accurate way.
Well, it doesn't have to be accurate if it's art.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm sure my idea of an artist was not actually what a real artist would be.
You thought they were happy?
Touche. Yeah, I guess I thought so. I think it was I had a very traditional idea of what an artist would be, which is like, that they were locked away in their, fancy studio in, a city.
Like New York. It's like a massive studio too.
Yeah, and it's massive and sprawling, and I have like, and I also guess I didn't realize how much paint costed. Because I didn't realize that it's very small tube of oil paint was like $12.
Like,
I'll be
can't-
standing at Hobby Lobby and I'm like, okay, I can only pick 3 colors.
Can't be a real artist.
Because like the artists in movies and stuff, they'll just be using like giant blobs of paint, and I'm like, that's like
Oh yeah.
that's like $3,000 worth
It's like
of
squirting
paint.
streams all over the place.
I'm like, that is not very economic.
That's like if you're gonna be an abstract artist. Like I don't know if I can afford that.
Yeah, that's why they have to price those paintings so much. Those
Yeah.
abstract art pieces. It's like I can't afford a $15,000 painting, and it's like, well, actually, that artist is only gonna make 14 cents.
Yeah, there's a lot of paint.
Because of how big the canvas is, and B,
There's 300 layers of paint.
there's 300 layers of very expensive oil
There's
paint,
6 inches of paint on there.
and it took 20 years to dry. Because that's another thing, is oil paint dries real slowly. So yeah, I think I thought I was gonna be an artist, and I didn't realize that being an artist as an adult, I mean, you could be one of those artists, those very pretentious loft artists that uses lots of paint. I guess if you're maybe a trust fund kid,
Yeah.
or like
Get lucky.
a YouTube celebrity who's made a lot of YouTube videos,
Yeah.
and is gonna retire as an artist. But yeah, I guess I didn't realize that you had to be like a graphic artist, or you had to like draw like sketches for textbooks or something incredibly boring.
To do the regular stuff.
Yeah, to make the art for boring things.
Not like art.
Not like beautiful art,
Yeah.
but like medical diagrams.
Children's books and like other just illustrations. that
Yeah.
may be fun, maybe they're not, but you might get paid for it.
Who should I blame for my idea? I mean, they told us we could be anything.
Oh, you can still be an artist. You just might not like it.
You can still be an artist. You will definitely be depressed
Yeah.
and poor.
If you're lucky.
If you're
That's
lucky.
the way you want to do it.
Yeah, so I think so
Okay, but what about like how do you see yourself personally? You're like married, 6 kids.
100%. Yeah. I was like, I'll probably be married when I'm like 20.
Yeah, average age.
Kids when I'm like 25. I'll probably still be in college when I'm married.
You're like I can't wait till I get out of college.
Yeah.
That's too long.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely thought I would get married young and be a young mom. So far, I'm 0 for 2.
Well, it depends on what you call young.
Yeah. I think I think that that's one of the great things about our generation is that we sort of have,
Yeah, tell
perhaps
me.
out of necessity, but I mean, we've redefined, age roles and
Sure. 50
what
is the new 20.
accomplishments. Yeah, 50 is sort of, I feel like 50 is probably the new 30.
50's a new 10. That's also what they're saying.
But yeah, I think that it's become more acceptable to like take more time to figure out who you are and stuff like that.
God, you sound like such an artist.
Okay, what about you?
I
What?
know who I am.
Give me a little self-portrait of 10-year-old Jay.
10-year-old.
Of what 10-year-old Jay felt about.
All right. Well, first of all, I had a bowl cut. Those were all the rage back then. I don't know if anybody remembers Sean Hunter on Boy Meets World. Greatest hair of our generation.
Indeed.
And I wanted it so bad. Never
But you
really
didn't
got
have
there.
like a bowl cut.
No,
it was
it's like
parted in the middle.
Yeah, but it's like a grown out bowl cut. So
yeah.
I started with just like, it looks like somebody just put a bowl on my head and
yeah.
cut around the edges.
It's cute.
Let that grow out, part it, put a little gel in there,
Mm-hmm.
get it to play the right way.
Yes.
It was fine. It was fine. I was like more blonde back
you know how
then.
they say like trends recycle every like 20 years?
Yeah, are those back?
No, but do you think they will be?
Maybe, but I'm not doing the middle part again. I don't think I can pull it off.
You're saying that now, but I bet in 5 years you'll be ironically wearing a middle part.
Well, we'll see.
I'll let you know.
I've tried it in the mirror before. Just curious, like,
You're like, what if?
wonder what I would think of it now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope.
Nope. Not cute.
Nope.
Takes a very specific kind of face to rock a middle part.
Yeah, my face doesn't work with most parts, honestly.
do.
I think, let's see, what did I want to do at 10? I think I was living in Delaware at the time.
Delaware. Wow,
Yeah,
that
I
sounds
don't-
bleak.
Well, we weren't there long. I don't know. I don't remember what I wanted to be, though. I probably wanted to play professional sports. I mean, when I was really young, I wanted to be a professional soccer player.
That's so funny because when you say that and I look at you, I definitely think
Sports
this guy
star.
should be a professional athlete.
Highly paid athlete.
Yeah, he has the swag and definitely the
Thank you.
physical appearance.
I appreciate that. I don't hear it a lot, but I can tell you're being very sincere.
I am.
But it was like at a time where I was, probably anything I was doing at the time, I thought I wanted as a career. Like I played baseball too, probably wanted to be a professional baseball player.
Yeah.
Whatever I was doing.
Well, they told you could be anything.
I know, they lied.
So.
But when I got to high school, I remember in a class, I had to do a goal sheet. We had to do short-term goals, long-term goals. It was like 5 years, 10 years, maybe longer than that. And I think I was going to be married by probably around the same time.
20.
I think.
Something super reasonable.
Yeah, because I remember having like a couple kids by 25.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was earlier than that and like make a feature film by 25.
So in high school is when you sort of set your sights on like film.
Oh, yeah, that was at like 14.
Okay.
And then, so
you'd given up the pipe dream of being a professional baseball
yeah,
player.
it was definitely in high school that like with soccer, I was like, nope, not really
this isn't
good
gonna happen
when I
for
look at
me.
these other people. So let's give up on that.
Okay.
Still loved playing, but I really wanted to like do something creative and make movies. But I was like, sure, of course, I would have like a movie, like a feature film out in my 20s.
Obviously.
Like, God, I can't even imagine being 30.
Yeah. 30's like you've probably really established yourself by then.
Got a lot of money in my 401k, like ready to retire if I need to.
Right.
But no,
That's when you can start doing like your passion projects. 'Cause
yeah,
You've already made a ton of
like,
money.
I'm pretty far along. Like I've probably made 3 or 4 movies by now. A couple in Sundance.
Yeah.
People know who I am.
People know who you are.
My wife's really supportive.
Yeah.
The kids are getting older. They're in school, so I'm able to travel more.
You're like, maybe I'll do a TV show because like we can all stay in one place.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I just want to like spread my wings and fly a little bit, But none of that happened. I'm not married. I have no kids. I have not made a feature film. And, but I am working in a creative field.
You are.
I have made short films and
You
other
have.
things. But it's obviously, when you're younger, it's much more, what you will be is much more glamorous in your head.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think if that's a good thing or not.
I don't know, because it's still possible. Like, you still have those things. It's just, it's the timeline part where you go, I need it by this, or I'll be there by that
Yeah.
time. And when you don't, then you're like, well, I guess I failed.
Yeah.
Guess I should,
That self-imposed timeline is a real...
yeah. Guess I should work at
Pisser.
Walmart now.
Huh?
Guess I should work at Walmart. I didn't. Didn't accomplish my dreams.
Right, but that's not how we feel, obviously.
No.
Oh yeah, I think when you get every time you pass an age where you feel like, oh, I've passed this, fictional milestone
Yeah.
that I had set up for myself, you always think like, well, of course I didn't, you're in your 30s now and you're like, well, of course I haven't made a feature film yet. Like,
Yeah.
I've had all this other stuff that I've had to like figure out.
It takes time.
Yeah.
And like, if I had made it, would it have been good? I don't know. Probably not. I've learned so much in just the past few years that I'm like, if I would have even done it 3 years ago or 5 years ago, I think it would have been nothing compared to what I could do now.
Yeah.
So it's like, we don't know that. Even when you're in college, you think, I'm going to go make the next big film. Mm-hmm. Because you'll, of course, you flood yourself with stories of other people who have done it, like they were this age, and like, well, this director was this age when he did this thing. And
Yeah, and I mean, I know that, as artists and really just as people, we have to, keep reminding ourselves that, comparison is the thief of joy, and we can't, we're not supposed to, it's as hard as it is in the age of social media, comparing yourself to another person is 9 times out of 10 going to be ultimately a bad thing, going to make us feel, crappy about ourselves or whatever. But I mean, really, we can't do that, because our experiences lend themselves to our art. And so, yeah, I mean, the experience of having not, made a feature film yet is going to ultimately affect when you finally do put it out.
Oh yeah, because you get
in your late 50s.
well, see, but that would even be fine, because at least you then at that point you have life experience. Like, maybe you've just seen more and done more. You've had losses and hardships, and like, you don't. I mean, some people have like all that stuff like really early in their life, and you have too much experience by the time you're 20.
Yeah.
But even then, like, you grow older and you experience more, and even like the good stuff is helpful to inform your art or creative passion or whatever.
Yeah. It's just planning your life is, you just can't do it. You can't do it.
See, that's why I don't know if this is I guess it makes sense. The idea of like marriage and relationships, where I think people will get into a relationship and like they already have that timeline in their head, and like, maybe that this high school sweetheart that you're with is not the person you should marry. Maybe you feel that, but you're already in your head like, I'm 20 now, I've already been with this person for a few years, like, I'm running out of time, I'm 20, we got to get married.
So can you think of somebody in your past, you were younger, that you were either in love with or that you dated, that you wanted to marry or thought you were going to marry? Can you like picture that person, and then like what your life would be like if you were now married to them?
Well, I'm not good at staying in relationships, but so I've never had anybody where I was like, that's the one.
Really?
No. I remember in high school, there was this girl that we dated a little bit, and we just make out a lot. And
Yes, making out.
Right,
Can we bring it back for 2019?
But then I was like, I think I just felt guilty, because I'm like, this isn't the one, this isn't the girl.
And you kept making out with her.
No. I remember talking to her and being like, what are we even doing here?
Oh my God.
It's not like we're gonna get married.
You said that?
I said that.
You said that?
I felt so bad later. She brought
I
it
feel
up like,
so upset for her. Did you say this? When did you say this? You didn't say it in the mid makeout, did you?
I really don't remember.
really
I
hope
just
that
remember
you
bringing it up.
didn't.
And well,
You're like,
listen,
why are we even doing this?
This is before I learned more about myself. God, this is high school.
I know.
This
I
is high
understand
school
that
day.
we don't all
I
make
thought I was
great
doing the right
choices.
thing. Like, let me let her know.
I'm going to let her know.
Otherwise, I'll feel guilty. I'm being
And
a
then
good
I'll
guy
let
here.
her decide if she wants to keep making
Yeah,
out.
like, hey, listen. Just so you know, we're not going to get married. Still want to make out?
Oh my God. Ooh.
I didn't say it like that.
Okay, good.
No, I just remember bringing it up, and I remember her like calling me out on it like later, even like after high school.
Oh, really?
I don't even think I realized that it was hurtful in any way. You know,
You were like, I'm being honest. I'm doing the right thing.
like we didn't even date each other for that long. It just sort of fizzled out, and then she was like with this guy for
It fizzled out after that? Wow.
I think
This
so.
is shocking.
But we were never like we weren't totally together. But I
No, I
remember her
get it.
like dating somebody else for our entire senior year.
That was senior year, huh?
Right before, like the summer before.
Okay.
And like I could have just hung in there, made out a bunch senior year, went to prom with her. I didn't go to prom though. All right, now give me yours.
I'm trying to figure out how we can wrap up that story in some kind of a meaningful way, but
I don't know if that's
yeah.
not a lot of meaning there.
Other than high school boys.
Do you remember
are
the,
stupid?
Remember the what is that song? Sex and Candy?
Yes.
Just remember like being in my car in the park,
Oh, Jay.
fogging up the windows.
To Sex and Candy?
Yeah, it was good.
Oh my God. I'm blushing.
Yeah.
Sex and Candy.
2004.
But that song was like elementary school for us.
Well, whatever. It was
You
on
were
the
like,
radio,
whatever, it's
and
a
I was
throwback.
like,
You
God, how
were
did I get here?
Steaming up the windows.
How did I
Sex
get
and
to this
Candy.
wonderful moment?
Okay. Great. I don't know. Let's see. My first boyfriend was like, so I dated him like from when I was like 14 to like throughout high school and sort of the beginning of college. It was a long relationship.
Man, good for you.
Yeah.
Did he ever say to you, listen, it's not like we're going to get married?
No, I mean, oh God, I'm trying to even think of like, I have a lot of feelings about that relationship still. Not, I mean, he's married now and he has children, but I mean, like, just that it was so formative for me that like, I think about it, it was my first like in love, sort of experience.
Yeah.
His name was Michael Johnson. We can say his name.
The sprinter? The
Not-
world famous?
Not the world famous sprinter.
That guy was great in the Olympics.
Sorry, I just touched your foot under the
That's
table.
okay.
Was that weird for you?
Yeah, no, it felt great.
I'm trying to think of where I was going for this. I mean, we had a good time. It was a good relationship.
Sounds like a bad date.
It'll.
I don't know. We had a good time.
We were very pure. We were very pure children. So we didn't like do anything.
Did you guys hold hands? Or was that...
Yes, we held hands. We did a lot of making out.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of making out. God, we would make out for hours.
And that's it?
Yeah, and that's it. We were very pure.
I don't know. That sounds pretty dirty.
I think one time it got a little, well, okay, I'm trying to think of how much I could even share here.
You share whatever you want.
There was one time I think I think maybe we were I was still in high school. He was a year older, and I think maybe it got a little bit. I know,
Older man.
I know. Where it got a little like maybe we were laying down, maybe.
Was the door
And
open?
I think we were.
Oh, boy.
I think we were home at
Slow
my
down.
house by ourselves. And I think maybe I like sat up and was like, we can't do that again. You know what I mean? Like, it's not right.
Was it like a seductive, we can't?
No, it wasn't seductive. I think I was really like kind of coming down on him, and which now I feel terrible for because I'm like, this poor kid. Like
You made him feel bad when he's just
I
like,
made him feel bad when he was just doing what his body was telling him
he's
to
like,
do.
I hear you, but this is rough.
Yeah. So I think maybe we progressed slightly further than that in our relationship, but not much, because, you know, we were trying to, you know, be
For the Lord.
for the Lord. We were trying to be for the Lord.
Wait, but so did you, like, were you pretty sure you were going to marry this guy?
Yes, absolutely. 100%. I was like, we're going to get married. And, you know, I think we probably could have. I think that, you know, this was a long distance relationship. It was long distance the whole time that we were together. And he was really planning on going to college here. And so I think that maybe if he had gone to college here, we went to college together, I think maybe we would have ended up together. Maybe.
You might have hit your life goals.
Do what?
You might have hit your life goals on time.
Maybe I would have hit those life goals on time. It ultimately, I guess, would have been a mistake. I'm also saying that.
Wow, I
you know,
hope he's listening to this.
I know I'm saying that mostly for him, because I hope that he's happy with his choices.
Wow, calm down.
But we're ultimately, you know, pretty different. He's maybe a little more conservative than I am.
Now or then, though?
Both.
Okay.
Both. So
You say that, but you're the one that's like, no, we can't.
Yeah, we oddly. Yeah.
But were you, like, happy?
Mm-hmm. I was.
Interesting.
He's a really good guy, really nice person, quiet.
No, but
He was very supportive of me.
that's great.
We wrote a lot of letters.
I'm just thinking, like, where...
Are you thinking, like, what went wrong? Or what? Or would
Actually,
I have-
yeah, what went wrong? Because you were happy? Like, you were like, I can marry this guy. What kind of happiness was it? Like, you were excited just to be married? Or you thought of this guy as your best friend and you want, like...
Yeah. I just knew that he was a good guy, and that that he would treat me well. Why are you giving me that face? Like, that's a bad thing?
No, because that doesn't necessarily mean anything. There's a lot of good guys. There are a lot of guys that could treat you well. It doesn't mean that it's a good marriage.
You say that, but
Let's just assume that there are.
okay, sure.
There's more than one.
Okay.
So what makes that the one? Not the one. I don't want to use that phrase, but
I ultimately it's hard because, like, I mean, you know, I don't believe that, I think that, you know, I don't believe in soulmates, in that I think I could be happy with a number of different people.
Yeah.
And that a lot of, you know, who you end up with just depends on, like, circumstance and situations and whatever. But ultimately, yeah, we were not for each other, because I think that, you know, he did want to lead a more traditional life.
Yeah.
And I didn't. And that was hard for me, because, I mean, and I think that that's probably the reason why I'm still single and still, like, trying to figure out, like, about my career and a lot of aspects of my life, is because I did have this really traditional sort of idea for myself when I was younger. And then as it began to not pan out, certain things started happening in my life to where I was like, oh, okay, I didn't see that coming. And then so I had to readjust. You know, and there was a relationship that came after that, when I was in my mid-20s, where we almost got engaged. His name was Brett, and
shout out to Brett. What up?
shout out to Brett. What up?
What up, boy?
D-bag? No, just kidding. He's not a D-bag. He's okay.
All right. Another guy that was
I feel
almost your husband.
ambivalent. I feel ambivalent towards Brett. I mean, you know, he knows that I don't have, like, super warm feelings for him, but I also, I mean, I hope he's has a nice life and stuff.
All right, you're killing it right now.
But yeah, it was almost sort of the same type of scenario, sort of more conservative, you know, traditional, and I just couldn't make myself want that life.
How long were you with him?
How long
Yeah.
ago was it? Or
No, how long were you with him?
2.5 years.
Do you not find that out in the first 2 weeks? This guy's, I don't know.
I knew even probably before we even started dating.
God.
I know. Maybe I'm the villain in this scenario.
I knew you then. You should have just said, hey, question, what do you think?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I think we were shooting accordion.
Oh my God, it
the
was
time when
during
I
that?
was- Yeah.
I'm even more disappointed.
No, I mean, I think it's not a matter of like not sort of being aware that like maybe this isn't right, but I was trying to talk myself into it. I really was. Like I was just like, okay, I need to settle down. There, living
running out of time.
living in Oklahoma, a lot of
Oh, I
people, you
There's
live
the
here.
pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough though. I mean, I've felt that before where you're like, oh, I mean, it seems like it should be good. Let me just like, if I just run this through my head a bunch of times, maybe I'll be okay with it.
Yeah. And then the closer that, it starts getting or the longer that time goes on, you're just like, oh no, like, no, I can't.
Or they're like, I love you. And you're like, hey.
Yeah. I can say that I was really in love with Michael, my first boyfriend.
Well, that's fair.
Now in hindsight, looking back on my relationship with Brett, I thought that I was in love at the time, but I wasn't. He was just a person that we should have just been friends, and that's it. We were good friends. And then just sort of this sort of romantic sort of layer probably should have just never been
Sometimes
added.
it's better to just be friends.
Yeah. So
Really ruin things.
yeah. Anyway,
Boy, oh boy. So wait, do you think you're gonna get? So I told you earlier, one of my fears, the ones that you laughed at.
you remember that time when I opened up to you about my fears?
Yeah, I was like
and
giving you my top 10
You laughed
list.
at me. It was only because I thought your fears were going to be like,
I know.
more phobia.
It's fine, but one of them was
Okay.
the fear that I'll be alone forever.
Mm-hmm.
I'll always be alone, but I also won't be okay with it. The only reason I bring that up is because I'm asking you, do you think do you think you'll get married? Is that still the plan? Or are you just kind of like, I don't know.
Ooh.
60-year-old Holly, is she an artist in a studio?
Is she just globbing paint everywhere?
Yeah, painting about the life that could have been.
I don't know, man. I really wish I knew how to answer that.
With honesty and truth and pureness.
Shut up. I think I would still like to be married. I know that I would like to have children.
Okay.
But I've been so bad at predicting my life up to this point that it's very hard for me to even just speak it out into the universe, because it almost feels like I'll jinx.
I think you should say it, because then it's recorded here forever.
Oh, yeah. This is like our time capsule.
Yeah.
We'll do another podcast in 20 years and be like, hey, look how wrong we were
Remember that time?
again.
You've been divorced 6 times. Nobody could have predicted that.
I don't think that I'll be alone, but it's cool if I am, though. I still have a lot of good things going. Was that convincing?
No. I don't know if I'll be alone, but it's cool.
You
I guess.
I mean, you fear it. You fear being alone and not being okay with it.
Yeah.
Do you think you will be?
I don't know.
You don't know? I don't know either. I really don't.
Listen, I think
Do you want to have kids?
if I could see myself being a dad, I think I could be a good dad, but it would have to be like with the right person. It would all be like, if I were to find someone I want to spend a lot of time with.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to have kids on my own. I'm probably not going to like adopt kids and be a single dad. I would need like a partner, and I don't.
You wouldn't do that?
I could see myself fostering some kids. I don't know that I'd raise a baby for 18, 20 years by myself.
Yeah.
I am open to the idea of having a long-term relationship. I'm just like, I don't want to do it the wrong way. I don't want it to take away from the other things that I'm doing in my life. I want it to be somebody who fits.
I think that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, you want to do it if it's going to really add meaning to your life, not take away from the life that you created.
Yeah, I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm not in my early 20s. I'm not a kid. I've spent a lot of time alone, so I've also spent a lot of time developing my interests and what I actually want to do with my life. So if being with somebody means that I got to stop that to focus on somebody who doesn't actually fit into what I'm doing, that's tough.
Yeah.
Because I know what I like. I know what I want to do. I know what I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
I don't really want to stop it.
Here, can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
How do
no,
you...
sorry, we're out of time.
We're out of time. And this is something that I grappled with is a lot in a lot of my artistic endeavors, you know, whether it's writing or acting or whatever. I like portraying, you know, relationships on, you know, in stories. I particularly, I mean, all kinds, but, you know, I mean, I like love stories and stuff like that. But then I thought to myself, how can I reconcile that? You know, how can I, you know, how can I be so intent on exploring romantic relationships in my work if I don't in my life? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if I was just to sort of give up and say like, okay, well, I'm really just going to dedicate my life to my art and, you know, I'll probably just be alone or whatever. Am I a hypocrite? But then, I mean, I know what my answer is, but what's your answer for that?
If I'm a hypocrite, if I stay out of relationships but also write about them?
Yeah.
I think no, because you can still be interested in love and love stories. You just have a different perspective, which is unique, I think, because if you're not in it, you're seeing it in a completely different way, or maybe you're writing it how you wish it was, or you're putting in the stuff that makes you angry about them, or the reasons that you're not in them, but you're still portraying people together. Yeah. So I don't think so. I think it just gives you a unique perspective.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, I guess. I mean, for me, it was just that, you know, I feel okay, like, championing other people's love stories.
Oh, yeah. That's you know. No, I'm totally behind that. Anybody who's in a relationship, I am rooting for them.
Yeah, me too.
I don't go around telling people, God, what are you wasting your time with that person for? If they're having a terrible time,
now. Yeah,
if they're like in a really bad relationship, that's different. But someone who's like in a relationship, I want to be supportive of that. I love the idea of people being in love. Mm-hmm.
Even if it doesn't happen for you.
Yeah. I want that for other people. Yeah. I'm not the negative guy that's going to go around like try to talk people out of their own.
Yeah, it's kind of like Valentine's Day. Like for me, I've always rather liked it, you know, even when I am not in a relationship, I like it. And I know people get super bitter about it. And I don't know why. I think that's a very odd thing to be like mad at, you know, they're like, people get mad about Valentine's Day for all kinds of different reasons. Yeah. You know, they think it's a corporate made up holiday, which it's not. And, I mean, it's really not. Or they're like, you know, I don't need, you know, there's like these douchebag guys. It's like, I don't need a specific day to like show my wife how much I love her. And I'm like, well, I don't need a specific day to celebrate the birth of Christ, but I'm not skipping Christmas.
Yeah. You still love Christmas.
Yeah. That's just such a weird thing to say, I think. And I'm just kind of like, okay, but like, even if you're not with someone on Valentine's Day, you can still be glad that other people have love and are in love, and you can show love to people platonically and, you know, whatever. I don't know. I
actually can't wait for Valentine's Day.
Really?
I'm excited.
Why? Because I just went on this whole diatribe about it. I'm like, embrace it. And I'm like, why are you excited about it?
Because I have a whole thing I'm going to do for myself.
For yourself?
I know I won't be with somebody.
What are you going to do for yourself?
Don't even worry about it. I'll just like...
You're not going to tell me?
I want to put it out in the world. I'll tell you when.
Tell me we're not recording. Because I got some ideas of what that might be. Now that you've told me,
well,
it's
I'll just leave that up in the air, you know.
Privileged information.
No, I've always liked Valentine's Day.
You're like, I'm gonna love myself.
Yeah. Hashtag love yourself.
Me too, probably.
What a great episode. Okay, we have a minute and a half left.
Oh no.
Holly, any advice? Any advice to the youngsters out there listening?
Who are drawing their self-portraits right now in school?
The 10-year-olds. What would you tell them?
First of all, you're fatter than you probably think that you are. Yeah,
that's okay.
Girls who are just now getting boobs, I would say sports bras, like you're going to want to wear sports bras like initially, but as you get older, they're really going to do nothing for your boobs. It just kind of makes you look like you have one awkward uniboob. Go to a store
people are
and get
into that.
yourself properly evaluated for what size you actually are. This is really just more like boob advice.
Hey. I'm not opposed to that. I don't need it, but
But maybe someday.
yeah, I mean, I might pass that on to somebody. Hey, listen, you're going to need to get evaluated.
Yeah, I guess I would just say, yeah, don't plan your life. It's just gonna come at you in whatever way it wants.
Yeah. YOLO.
YOLO. Or as I saw recently, you only YOLO once.
Who said that?
I saw it on a guy's Instagram bio. I thought it was really funny.
Okay. Was it actually Instagram or was it like Tinder, Bumble?
Gross. Me out the door. Gross me out the door.
All right. Well, thanks for doing this last minute.
You're welcome.
There's the timer.
Ah, that's the sound it makes when I wake up. I hate
Well,
that.
I'm sorry. I'll change it next time.
Yikes.
I don't even know if the sound comes across in the mic.
Thanks for having me back. I'll see you back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, every 2 weeks. Here we are. Listen, I'm excited that I got something recorded.
Spit something out.
I'm putting something out in 15 minutes. So
Well, you can do it. I
it's
believe
either
in
good
you.
or it's bad. And I think the recording messed up again. So anyway, thanks, Holly.
Thank you.
And hopefully this was interesting. And if not, you won't be back. But thank you. And I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye. If you hated this episode, please let us know. If you liked this episode, please let us know. And if you have any ideas for future episodes, please let us know. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.